So this is our acid-base indicator lab. I have a copy of table M in the top left-hand corner, so you don't have to look for it. There's some questions here, and then I did the first coloring for you, or I did the first problem for you, so you can follow along. Now, here's how I colored this. I looked at table M, and it says for methyl orange, so I have my pH numbers here, and there's my indicator. When the pH is below 3.1, it's red. So what I did was I went below 3.1, so 3.0 exactly, and I colored everything below 3 red. And then 4.4, everything above that is yellow. So what I did was I estimated where I thought 4.4 is. That's fine. I don't really care if you were a little off. And I colored everything above that line yellow. And then the middle is when methyl orange is in fact orange, because that's what red and yellow make. So you're going to do that for all of your indicators. If you don't know what the middle colors are, you're online, Google it, or go back and watch my previous video, and I went over all the colors on table M. So that's the coloring part of the lab. Now, as far as the questions, most of the questions are straightforward. I'm going to go over question 6 because everybody seems to have trouble with that. So question 6 says, if a beaker containing NaOH, which is pH 14, is completely neutralized by the addition of HCl. So what that means, when you neutralize an acid and a base, they cancel each other out. I'll do more on this in another video. The pH would go from 14 to neutral, which you should know at this point, but even if you don't, it's pH 7. So what they're saying is if the pH went from 14 to 7 and you had bromthymol blue indicator in this beaker, what color change would you see? And then part B says if we kept adding HCl until the pH went to 1, so in this case you would have the pH start at 7 and go to 1, they're saying what color change would you see then? Same indicator. And then part C says if you did it all in one step, what 3 colors would you see? So it would start out 1, and then it would go to 7, and then it would go to 1, and then you would explain the color changes that you would see there. Now, on the back of the lab, there's more questions. I'm not going to go over them. They are pretty easy, but there is one part I need to mention. pH indicators are useful for telling you, they're a very cheap and efficient way of telling you the pH, but they don't give you they don't really tell you very accurate numbers. For example, if you put methyl orange in a solution and you didn't know the acidity of it, right, and it turned yellow, well, yellow's not telling you much, because yellow means it could be tap water at pH 7, it could be pure sodium hydroxide, or very concentrated sodium hydroxide at pH 14. It's this whole range. You don't really know. If methyl orange turned red, you would say, okay, well, it's definitely acidic, that's for sure, but again, from 3 to 1 is 100 times more acidic than 3, so it doesn't really tell you as much as you would like. It's still better than yellow, but it's not great. Orange, the smallest color change, is what gives me the most information, because that would tell me that the pH is between 3.1 and 4.4, so that would give me the most narrow range. So they're only about 10 times, 3.1 is, a little bit more than 10 times more acidic than 4.4, but that's the best option in terms of accuracy. And so that's where this indicator is most useful, the middle color. So when I get to the next page of this lab, I'm going to say, go to question 8. It says, label the scale below with the middle color change for every indicator on table M. Some will overlap. You can use the top and bottom of the line. So 3.1 to 4.4, this is when methyl orange is the most useful. Because it's its most narrow color change. So I'm just going to put, I don't care how you did it, I just put a little indicator here saying that this range for methyl orange is the most useful. So what I want you to do is I want you to finish all the indicators on this chart, and you can see where their middle changes are and where they are most useful. Okay, and that's question 8. Questions 1 through 7 are relatively easy, and you should be able to get them from either the notes. From the notes. They shouldn't be that big a deal.